Okay, good morning. You are Mr. David Lewis, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and where are you, Mr. Lewis, right now?
Camp C, Camp F. And what
Okay.
Camp C? Camp
Is any of the staff,
F.
is any of the staff in the room with you? Is
Yes.
any-
Yeah.
Yes, Warden Ambo is here. We have classification, Ms. Taylor Graffia, and we also have Ms. Carmen Shipley with records, and we have Reginald Latmarot with classification.
Okay, all right, that's what I wanted you to introduce yourselves, and you did just fine. We thank you for setting this up for us, and thank you for the work that you do. The time now is 11:59, and the pardon board for the state of Louisiana is convened. We've had several cases before this, and we've got several after this, so we won't go through all the formalities of it, but it is, like I say, it's really almost about noon, and we're gonna have your case. Mr. Lewis, we're going to do several things here. First off, we're going to hear from you what you have to say about this particular incident and what you've been doing since this incident. And then we're going to ask the warden or the assistant warden to tell us what kind of an inmate that you have been. Then we will go and we'll have some folks that are here and present that want to, that are going to speak in opposition of this hearing. And then we will have a chance for us as the board, we'll ask you questions. And then we will have a vote that will be taken. So first off, let's go ahead and get started with you and tell us what you think about the crime and what you've been doing since the crime was committed. And why should we grant you your request today?
Oh, first of all, I'm guilty for what I'm charged with. And I'm very sorry about what happened, about what I did. You know, it hurts me to think about it. Even I've been about 49 years now, and I still not able to come to grips with what I did. I realized that through taking these courses of victim awareness, that it made me aware of the extreme hurt and pain that I've caused the victims and the victim's family. And I never had taken that under consideration during the time I was committing the offense. I'm really sorry for what I did.
Okay.
It hurts me deep down inside for what I did. And to know how much hurt that I've caused the victims and also their families. And I'm just hoping that they'll be able to get over what I did. Those times I spent here, I hurt behind it. I take I take all the responsibility for it. I wish that it had never happened.
Yes. All right. Warden, what kind of inmate is Mr. Lewis been?
Mr. Lewis only had a total of 10 DB reports since he's been here, the last being in 2022 for Rule 4 disobedience, which is a low court hearing. He also have taken anger management 100 hours, victim awareness, and he did the victim awareness letter training. His target is low. Mr. Lewis also took the TABE test several times, trying to get his GED. The highest level he got was E. And, there was no other records of educational, programs here. He, couldn't get the GED, I guess because of learning disabilities, sir. Other than that, I have anything else.
Okay, thank you. Well, we'll move on to, excuse me.
Did you get the GED?
Huh?
Did you get your GED?
I finished high school.
Oh, okay. Say you finished high school.
I have my diploma here.
Okay. Where did you finish high school?
Why did you take,
Beg your pardon, sir?
Where was
where
that
did
you
you finish
finished
high
high school?
school?
Thank you. In, St. Tammany Parish, St. Tammany High School in St. Tammany Parish.
Okay, all right. Okay, we'll hear now from, let's see, let's hear from Butch Wilson, ADA in St. Tammany Parish, District Attorney's Office. Is he here? Mr. Wilson?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Unless members of this board think that we need to go through a factual recitation, I don't think I need to do that because I'm sure you're all aware of what happened. I will say that I've discussed the facts of this case with the district attorney, and both of us are somewhat of the belief that over the period of time that Mr. Lewis has been in jail, that given what had happened since he was convicted with the escape that I'm sure y'all are all aware of, the attempted disarming of the second police officer during the escape, that we believe that at some point his real regret must have been not finishing what he had started with the clerk and not taking the time to kill the truck driver. Because if you've read the facts in this case, those were the only two witnesses that could connect him to this murder. Thank God that didn't happen, because that was the only way. If the truck driver, Mr. Smith, hadn't been there to see the vehicle he was driving, he would have gotten away with it. He would have. Miss Graves can't even be here today because she can't go through this situation anymore. She can't relive this anymore. It's still with her. She still has the scars all over her body. On behalf of the state of Louisiana, through the office of the district attorney, we ask that you honor the memory of Sergeant Alfred and the pain that Miss Graves has gone through, and deny clemency in this matter. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you being here, the trouble it took to get here, and your words. We'll take them things to consideration. Mr. Freddie Denon, Slidell Police Department, doesn't say your rank on here, sir. Are you the man or?
Sir, at the time this offense occurred, I was employed by the St. Tammany Parish Sheriff's Office. I was one of the investigators that handled the investigation on the case. I am presently, I tried retirement, it didn't work. I'm presently the Chief Deputy for the Sheriff's Office in Poplarville, Mississippi.
Congratulations, good.
As I said, I was one of the investigators involved in the initial investigation. I knew Earl Alfred very well. I worked with Earl. Earl was the first African-American law enforcement officer in the city of Slidell. I worked from the sheriff's office, working back and forth with the city officials, and we had a very, very good working relationship. And, as I said, I knew Earl really well. I did not know Miss Betty Hodge at the time the incident occurred, and I have got to know her since. And she still suffers traumatically from the event that went on. And, we just couldn't count on being here again today to leave it. Mr. Lewis is someone that, in my opinion, needs to stay right where he is for the offenses that he occurred. If he did it, he's admitted to, and, thank the pardon board for giving me an opportunity to express my opinion about it, and I appreciate what you do. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your time, and we'll take your remarks into consideration. J. Bryant Clark with the Attorney General's Office.
Good afternoon, J. Bryant Clark Jr. on behalf of the Attorney General's Office. Just a few brief comments comments on this case. I noticed that in Mr. Lewis's statement, he said that he takes responsibility in this case. And there was an awful lot to take responsibility for. Victim stabbed 22 times and was strangled. Police officer murdered in the line of duty and escaped. And then the attempt to disarm and murder a second police officer. These are extraordinary facts. These are heinous facts. These are heinous crimes. Mr. Lewis was given a life sentence, given the fact of the extreme nature of these offenses. In fact, the repercussions which are still being felt by the surviving victim to this day. The Attorney General's office would ask this board to deny clemency, as the life sentence in this matter is the appropriate and just sentence that was given to Mr. Lewis.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your time and we'll take your remarks into consideration. Okay, as we normally do, each board member is supplied all of the reports and we read them all. I can tell you that's the truth. And then we have one particular board member that conducts the questioning for us. In this particular case, it's Mr. Chucky Tillis.
We miss him.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, okay. All right, sir. Yes, sir. Would you please introduce yourself? It's not on my sheet here. And I apologize for that.
I want to thank the Parole Board for allowing us to come speak today. I'm Chief of Police for the City of Slidell. I represent Slidell and the city. I'm gonna give you a little bit different perspective from my point of view. I was 15 years old when this happened. This affected our community heavily. Sergeant Earl Alford used to work a school crossing guard in our area. I was one of the kids that he used to help cross the street. So this had a profound effect on our family, on our community, and on his family. Now I've been dedicating my life to law enforcement. I've been in law enforcement now 44 years this year. Worked myself up to the chief of police, and I'm here asking you, as a representative of Slidell, please see to it that this man spends the rest of his life in prison. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. We appreciate your words and I apologize for not recognizing you is it the captain that's with you?
Yes,
Who are you, sir?
I'm Captain Mistretta, Nicky Mistretta.
Okay, welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all being here, taking the
Thank you,
time
sir.
to get here. Yes. All right, we'll go back to Mr. Tillis now. Do you have any questions?
Yes. How you doing, Mr. Lewis?
All right, so
What was your last write-up? I thought I heard the warden say 22. Is that correct?
No, his last report was in 2022. 2002, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said.
Yeah, he only had 10 total reports though.
Oh, yeah, I see it was 2002. So you've been trying to rehabilitate yourself?
yes, sir. Yeah,
And I see you are remorseful.
yes, sir. It,
How long-
it, it affects me for what I did a great deal. I haven't been able to really, without obtain any clarity with it. It hurts for what I did.
How long have you been incarcerated?
Since August 13, 1975.
Yeah, I read your case several times, like, you have anything you want to say about it? Other than what you've said?
I'm sorry for what I did. I've taken self-help courses to try to come to some clarity about it. And
I understand. Thank you, sir. Thank you. No more questions.
Ms. Stapleton, any questions?
Yes, sir. I would just like to make a statement that follows up on the people who spoke here today. I'm really in agreement with the things that they said, that Ms. Hodge, 22 stab wounds are those kind of things that you can't take back, you can't undo. And of course, we had a member of law enforcement that was murdered.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
one of the things that happens with something like that is, people say, I can't take it back, I can't undo it. They can't feel the empty arms that don't come home in the evening that you're able to hug. That's one of the human parts of it, that if you put the human being in the perspective of it, I mean, I've had friends that had this happen to them, and they said, they looked at the clock and said, oh, it's 4 o'clock, let me get up and start fixing supper. And that person, then they realize they're not coming home for supper. So I'm sure you learned all of that in victims awareness, but that's the rest of their life. So I do agree with what I've heard from the colleagues of this man and the people that represent the state and the community. The damage that was done was heinous.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I don't have any questions. Is the panel ready to vote?
Yes.
Okay,
My vote would be to deny.
okay, Ms. Stapleton,
My vote is to deny based upon the heinous nature of your multiple crimes.
okay,
I'd like to thank everyone that showed up here today, and my vote is also to deny.
okay. I concur with the panel. My vote is to deny. And so I'm telling you that your request today has been denied, sir, and continue to try to better yourself. Thank you.